Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the video for practice number 2 for the week of April 6th through April 10th. All right, let's dive right in. Number 1, I see a graph and I see triangle ABC, and I also see triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, which is the image of ABC after a sequence of transformations. So the question is asking, is the image congruent to the image? And we need to use the properties of rigid motion to explain our answer, basically meaning state those sequence of transformations that maps ABC onto A prime, B prime, C prime. All right, so let's get right to it. So the first thing I look for whenever I'm doing things like this is I look for orientation, because the orientation is going to tell me if a reflection happened. So the orientation of ABC is this way or clockwise, and then the orientation of A prime, B prime, C prime is this way, and that's counterclockwise. So the orientation has flipped. So therefore, I know that a reflection has occurred. So I am going to map ABC onto A prime, B prime, C prime. So I know a reflection happened. So I'm going to flip this guy over the y-axis. And when I do that, where is it going to go? Well, A is going to go to here. It goes 1, 2, 3 to the Y, and then 1, 2, 3 over here. So A is going to go there. B is going to go out here. And then C is going to go here. So this is after my reflection. And this is B. That is A. And that's C. And then all I need to do is just translate this guy, translate the triangle that I just reflected. I need to translate it just down. And how many units do I go? Well, C is going to go down 1, 2, 3. B is going to go down 1, 2, 3. And it looks like A is going to do the same thing. Yep, 3. So we just translate that guy down 3, and it lands right on top of A prime, B prime, C prime. So I have my sequence of transformations. The first one is I reflected. Oh Lord, that is not how you write properly. I apologize. Reflected. That's better. Over the y-axis. And then the second thing that I did was I translated down. And again, writing issues. I translated down 3. All right, that's it for number 1. Number 2. All right, I see triangles A, B, C, and D, E, F. We have a couple of right angles at C and F. They are telling me that AC and DF are congruent to each other, so let's mark that in there. And it's also telling me that CB and FE are congruent to each other, so I'm going to mark that just by doing that. Okay, and then describe a precise sequence of rigid motions that would show that ABC is congruent to DEF. So again, we just need to show a sequence of rigid motions that maps one of the triangles onto the other one, and therefore they are congruent because of angle, side angle, because we have our angle right here and angle right here, or our side angle side, excuse me. We have one side right here, and we have our angle, and we have our other side, and that's the same congruence on the other triangle. So if we can map these things on top of each other, then they are congruent to each other. So let's give this a go. So the first thing that I thought of was I was going to move A, B, C. I was going to move it this way so that B went to E, and then I was going to flip it over an imaginary vertical line here so that it flipped over this way and then on to DF or triangle DEF. But instead of having an imaginary line, vertical line right here, I already have a vertical line on my other triangle. So I scrapped that idea. So let me get rid of this line here. Here we go. So I scrapped that idea. And then I said, okay, well, what if I go the other way? What if I take ABC and I move it this way so that AC aligns with DF? Okay. And then what I can do, so that would look like this. So if I did this, that's going to be AC, and then there's B way out there. So there's B. And then I would take my triangle that I just moved and I would flip it over that red dotted line that I just made. And then B is going to go all the way out here on to E, and then they are mapped on top of each other. So that is my plan. So all we need to do is just write that out and we are good. So this is kind of like a mini proof. You're just explaining yourself. So what I did was I translated triangle ABC along the line CF, the long line CF, because that is this full line right here, and I need to translate it along this line, okay? So I need to translate it along line CF so that um, angle C, not angle C, excuse me, just point C, so that C maps onto F. Now that will give me, if I do that, C is going to go on to F, and therefore A is going to go on to D, and that'll get me this other triangle. And then I have successfully translated ABC so that AC is right on top of DF. All right. So then the second thing that I would do is then reflect triangle ABC over DF so that B maps onto E. And that makes the two triangles congruent because they mapped onto each other. And since rigid motions preserve length and angle measure, the two sides that they said were congruent and the angle measures, they all stay the same. So therefore they match, and therefore the two triangles are congruent by side, angle, side. So triangles are congruent because side, angle, side. All right, let's go down to number 3. Triangle ABC has those coordinates. Triangle ABC is then rotated 180 degrees about the origin, and we get the image of A prime, B prime, C prime. Triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is what kind of triangle? Well, it's the same as triangle ABC. So we just need to figure out what kind of triangle ABC is. So we just need to draw a little quick diagram. I only need the first quadrant here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll give myself an extra one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So point A is at 1, 2, right there. B is at 5, 2. And C is at 5, 5. about right there. Draw my sides in there. Okay, so I noticed that, oh, I didn't write in my letters here. This is A, B, and C. Okay, so I noticed that uh, point B is at an x value of 5, and I noticed that point C is also at a x value of 5. So this line is straight up and down. And then I'm going to notice that A to B, A has a y value of 2 and B has a y value of 2. So this line is completely horizontal. So I have a horizontal line intersecting a vertical line, and of course, that makes the right angle. So this is a right triangle, and therefore its image is also going to be a right triangle. So our answer choice is number 4. All right, that's it for the video for practice number 2. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. As always, be safe and be healthy. See you next time, guys. Bye.